Multifamily Mindset
podcast. Think bigger.
All right, aloha. And
Aloha.
Hey, we're effing up my intro there,
Sorry,
bro. Keep it.
was just-
Welcome to the Multifamily Mindset podcast. Tyler Deverell, Jackson, Mother effing Campbell, back in your ear, and excited to have you here, man. Jay, what are we talking about,
Dude,
bro?
first off, apologize I
loved
interrupted
it.
your intro. Just the aloha couldn't stay inside of me. I just had to freaking get it.
Get it out of there,
Dude,
bro.
today we're going to talk about your trip to Ultimate Partnering.
Not Ultimate Partnering.
No, what's it? Restart. We got to restart. It's not called Ultimate Partnering. Unleash the power within.
You know what's funny, though? I did a whole video, and I was talking about Jamie Kern-Lima. Her presentation was
The beast, yeah, dude.
unbelievable, dude. But I said in the video, I didn't realize it. In the video, I was like, man, I was at Unleash the Power Within, Tony's event. And I was like, and if you don't, I was talking about how great her presentation was. And I said, if you don't believe me, just go search right now. And I said, Ultimate Partnering. I didn't even see it until I watched until it was posted on my IG.
Whoops.
Yeah, no. That's Dave's event.
It's another really good event.
It's another great event.
Great event.
We're talking about Unleash the Power Within, which is Tony Robbins' event, which was, man, it was awesome.
Yeah, dude. Tony Robbins is a beast, man.
Beast.
Dude, I did the virtual with him, so I was last year, and it was powerful. So I'm excited to hear about your opportunity to be able to be in the same room with him.
Yeah.
Dude, I saw a video when you were there, or a picture that was posted. He walked way close to you guys.
Oh, a ton.
Dude, and the power that dude has, I'm sure you could even feel it in his presence, man.
Yeah.
So excited to talk about that. So, dude, let's dive in there. Let's just dive into Unleash the Power Within. What is it, and why? Let's start there. What is Unleash the Power Within?
So what's interesting is I didn't really know. I knew it was a Tony event,
Yeah.
and I knew that Tony would be there live. That's all I cared about.
Yeah.
Everyone always asks me, have you been to Tony event? Have you been to a Tony event? I've never been to a Tony event. Like, I haven't even done a virtual Tony event. And so I just wanted to be there live. So honestly, I feel like I went into this pretty blind as to what the event was about. But dude, it's Tony Robbins. Like, I knew it'd be fire. We took our whole leadership team. And really the whole, like, the purpose of the event, like, if I were to summarize it, it's helping you identify limiting beliefs, remove those limiting beliefs, and freaking move forward, man, with full power.
Yeah.
And truly identify the power that you have within you. And I'll tell you that it is a powerful event, man. It's powerful on how I love going to events like this. I love learning from people. I love putting on our own events, but I love going to an event like this and being fully immersed and just seeing all of it. Like, seeing how they run their event, the science behind it, seeing how Tony communicates, and then actually participating to unlock the benefits from the event. Like, and I get very ingrained. Like, bro, we would get in there, and they're long days. So we're talking get in at, doors open at 7:30, 8 a.m. And dude, day one, I didn't get back to my room till like 1 a.m., maybe even after that. And so they're long days. But you're so engulfed in it. Me personally, I'll tell you, like, I'm so engulfed, and I love the process so much that I'm not joking you. I'm in there, and day one, I look at my clock, and it's 6 p.m. I was like, holy shit. No breaks. Haven't left the room.
Yeah.
And that happened multiple times throughout the event. So it was crazy.
Yeah, that's amazing, dude. That's amazing. I just want to pause real quick and kind of rewind. You just talked about all these benefits and how incredible it was. But at the very beginning of your answer, you said you weren't even sure if you were going to go. Like, you didn't even know what you were getting yourself into.
Yeah.
But you knew that you wanted to go.
Yeah.
I just want to highlight that action as just an action of the highly successful. And a lot of times you don't know what you're getting into, but you have a feeling that you know that it's going to benefit you and that you need to take steps towards it, so you did.
Yeah.
Not even knowing exactly what it was.
Yeah.
To the T, which I think is a huge thing to highlight. I think a lot of times people don't do that. They stop there and they don't take action.
Yeah.
But if you feel like you should do something and take action, do it, because the benefits will be there, dude. So that's
As
awesome.
long as you make sure that you get the benefits from doing it, I'll tell you something that I thought was pretty powerful. They do some breakout activities.
Yeah.
And this may be, questions as we go through, but I believe that I noticed something, okay? And I believe it's a habit that people have. And this is what it is. They go through these breakout activities, and they walk you through, okay, question 1, question 2, question 3, and you're like answering these questions. And they're also giving examples to help you understand this is not the right question and this isn't or the right answer, and like essentially helping you understand how to formulate your answers, right?
Yeah.
And what's interesting is then I would would go and they would break you off into smaller groups, and I didn't know they were going to do this either, by the way. And so I'm writing down my answers, and I'm being very vulnerable with my answers. I think these are for my eyes only, dude. And then all of a sudden I have to go share them. I was like, fuck.
Damn.
I didn't know I was going to share them.
Yeah.
But then I go and I share these answers, with, people that you're partnering through.
And you did share them.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm in it, dude.
Yeah. You're bought in.
Like, listen, 100% I'm bought in.
And that's one thing that I want to point out from this, dude, is because you see videos from Ultimate Unleash the Power Within, and everybody's jumping around and it's all crazy and it's all wild. But you have to buy in to really get the full benefits of it.
Yep.
So I just want to highlight that, dude. That's awesome.
But I think that's what holds people back. It's in line actually with what I'm talking about, because people have this guard up.
Yeah.
It's like, should I buy in? Well, if I'm there, I'm going to buy in. Mm-hmm. I'm going to try to do what they're asking me to do, and then I can see the result and determine if that was a good or bad result. Mm-hmm. It's not like, I think people are nervous to do that because maybe they may be brainwashed, or maybe they may be, I don't know. I literally don't know.
Yeah,
but if I'm in it, I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
That's what I noticed is I'd break off is people wouldn't answer the questions. Sometimes they wouldn't even answer the questions. But if they did answer the questions, sometimes they didn't really put the thought into it. They didn't really do the exercise.
Yeah.
And that was crazy to me. Because like Tony is highly successful, and he's walking you through these activities and asking you questions and showing you how to get very clear on things. And if you do that, well, man, there's power behind it. So,
dude, it's an incredible thing, and I'm so like jealous that you got to go be there in person and experience that. That's so awesome, dude. Why did you ultimately decide to go? And I know you took your team with you, your leadership team. Mm-hmm. Why did you decide to do that?
Well, I wanted to do some sort of an activity that we could just bond together. I think it's powerful.
Yeah.
You can bond through a work environment, but man, like, you got to get outside the work environment sometimes and leave that behind and just grow.
Experience those things that you were talking
That's
about.
it.
Being vulnerable, experiencing those new things.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I'm passionate about personal growth. I believe that if as an organization, the individuals in the organization, if we are growing personally, the organization will always flourish.
Yeah.
I also believe the minute that we stop doing that is the minute that, well, the organization will not flourish.
Sure.
So I want to show them this environment of like, man, because I can talk about it, you can talk about it, other people can talk about it, but it's like, once you get into an environment, unbiased information, you see them talking about these things, and you see 14,000 other people, like, you're like, okay, maybe there's some validity behind this,
Yeah.
And so I wanted to go there and have the team experience that, to grow personally, to remove limiting beliefs that they had, and then be able to take what they've learned and pass it down.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, because that's what it's all about too.
Sure.
Growing and then giving, dude.
Yeah.
Growing to a point and then giving to a point. So I wanted to be able to help leadership. I want the whole company to go.
Yeah. You mentioned that when you came back, that you wanted to be able to take everybody next year. That's an awesome goal, dude. That's awesome.
Because it's one thing, man, we do events like this and we talk about similar things, but I'm telling you, when it's your event, you can't. It's very challenging to
experience it like it's meant to be experienced.
Your focus isn't on you; it's on others.
Right.
Like peak is awesome, but peak isn't about us, dude. It is about everyone that's there. It's a huge responsibility to have thousands of people show up.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just a huge responsibility. Mm-hmm. So to be there and to fully be engaged in the content and the curriculum and the activities, and dude, amazing.
Yeah. Dude, I saw a quote. This is kind of a little bit off script. I saw a quote the other day.
I didn't even know we had scripts, bro.
Off our outline. I saw a quote the other day that said, you don't really learn from experience, you learn from reflecting on the experience. So you learn in the experience, sure, but where most of the learning is obtained is reflecting on that experience, right?
Yep.
Taking yourself out of that experience and reflecting on it. How have you done that since leaving that event with your leadership team? How have you guys taken time to reflect on those things that you guys have learned?
Personally,
yeah,
it's probably my biggest frustration yet that I haven't. As you know, I'm big on that.
Yeah, no.
Big on the reflection aspect. Yeah. In fact, when did I get back in office? I flew home Monday, and I got in late Monday, in the office Tuesday, and Tuesday was back to back to back to back to back. And I'm so angry with myself. Usually what I'll do when I come home from an event like that is I won't even come in the mornings.
Yeah.
I won't. That doesn't mean I'm just chilling on my couch.
No.
I can take time for myself.
Mm-hmm.
But there was meetings that I convinced myself that I needed to take. So I came in to take them. And it got to a point where in the afternoon, I canceled meetings. And because dude, I was like at this point where I knew, like what you're talking about, like I wanted to build off of it. And I felt almost angry that I hadn't had the opportunity to build off it. Because my flight, and a lot of times I'll dissect some things on the flight. My flight, I had the friggin' like worst headache. I mean, it was long. It's a long 4 days, dude.
Yeah.
Just had the worst headache. Like I'm just like barely surviving on the damn flight.
Getting home.
So I don't feel like I've been able to reflect the way that I truly wanted to be able to reflect before I dove into things. But doesn't mean that we don't carry things in, because things stay with you, right?
Sure, totally.
So your question is, how have you been able to implement things, right?
Sure. Yeah.
One of the biggest takeaways for me was the physiology aspect of things, and how how Tony used physiology. So
it's powerful stuff, dude.
Very powerful.
Yeah.
Very powerful. You know, what's cool is I got a text message from Adam Al-Sultani, so shout out to Adam, and he said, in fact, can I just read it?
Yeah, absolutely. This
is Adam's in our Orlando office.
Yeah, for those of you that don't know Adam, he's a beast in our company. He's one of our coaches. He is, he's a stud.
Yeah, total
absolute stud in the multifamily realm.
He's,
and mindset, dude. That dude's
he's 100%, man.
Lucky to have Adam on the team for sure.
So he says, so this is Tuesday. He said, I'm feeling that energy in the office today, man. Totally revitalized and a boost that we needed here. I know this weekend was awesome and powerful for everyone who went, and it's affecting the energy greatly. Thanks for making it happen. So what did they do? My leadership team, and even Jaden went back to Orlando. So they go to Orlando, man, where most, everybody else is.
Yeah.
And they pour that energy that they just felt, that love that they just felt, into everybody there. They did a dance party in the morning. And I know that so many people listen to that might sound so silly.
Yeah.
But when you experience what you experienced at Tony's event, which is lots of dancing and jumping, it's actually like, it's such a beautiful thing, dude, because you start to move your body, and that is energy. And they talk so much about how powerful energy is. It's something I want to absolutely incorporate at our events, is the physiology aspect, because I believe I was able to learn. Dude, I'm in there for freaking 12 hours and I don't feel drained energetically. I don't feel that, and it's because the whole time through you're moving. That's powerful.
Yeah, it's that mind-body spirit connection
Yes.
too, with moving it up. Yeah, I remember Tony talking about that even on the virtual one that I did, and that was a major takeaway for me. How you carry your body throughout the day.
Yes.
How you start your day with your body.
Yep.
Literally how you sit in your desk can make a difference on the work that you produce.
Totally.
So, dude, it's a powerful thing. I'm excited to see how you decide to implement that, dude. That'll be cool.
Yeah, I mean, that's one of the things I want to talk to y'all about, is how we incorporate some of these things. And you can't. What's crazy is it's 4 days of just, and so you can't. It's like if you try to do all of it, it's like fuck.
Yeah.
But you choose little bits, and then you implement those, and then you build off of them.
Sure.
Yeah.
I
have notes for frickin' days. But
awesome.
Another big takeaway for me was he's big on your state, like your state, and he talked about how this quick you can change your state. And what he's doing is he's conditioning you the whole time and showing you how to do that. And one of those things is physiology, man. Like, so your state, man, you're sitting down, you're taking notes, you're learning, and your state starts to get. And then what do? Here, there was triggers. Okay, there's another thing that I learned is. They would say, so one of the guys would say, okay, put your books down. And that was a trigger. When he said, put your books down, we knew the next line was going to be, and stand up and dance. And so we'd put your books down. We'd all all put them down, get ready. And then music would start, and we'd all stand up and dance and jump and dance and jump, and then we'd sit back down. And so these triggers, right? And so, but you can change your state. And then he walks you through these exercises on how to change your state. So at any given point, you're not feeling confident, you're feeling fearful, you're feeling whatever. Well, he shows you ways that you can change your state to get back into that confident mode that you need to be in. And that was powerful. And you do it He would have you do it. Dude, we did that a shit ton through the whole event. And you saw times where all of a sudden your state would change. And you could truly change your state just like this.
Yeah, it is a powerful thing, dude.
Powerful.
That's awesome. The ability that us as humans have over our body to be able to do that is incredible. To learn those things and be able to implement them it's a powerful thing. Dude.
And it starts with physiology. See, a lot of us, and this me too, I try to will my way through it.
Sure.
Will my way through it. And I've learned more of these techniques as I've continued to go to events like this, dude. Like you see me hit this, right? Well, that's a trigger for me. Like anytime that I'm at a peak state, I could be at a concert. It could be any time that I'm feeling great. You'll see me do this. Well, I'm anchoring it, and then I can trigger back. So anytime I want to tap back into that. So anytime like on, at peak, for example, our event, I'm about to go on stage and I'm back into it. Anytime that I'm feeling, I'm about to go into a phone call or, y'all listening to this, you're going into a capital raising call. You're about to talk to a broker. Like you need to get into a peak state to be your best self on that call. So what do you do to do that? Do you sit down and just hope that you'll be there? Or can you change your physiology? Because if you can change your physiology, you can change your state that quick, and then that energy will be carried out through the call. Right?
That's awesome. Dude, what was... Oh, gosh, I just want to keep picking your mind.
Can I actually drill in one thing on that?
Go ahead.
We walked on fire, right?
Yeah.
And and
pretty cool.
It was awesome, and it was pretty cool to see the build up from it, like how he built you up to prepare you for it. It was all energy, it was all physiology, it was all preparing you with your state and showing you like truly how to change your state. So day one is all about that, changing your state, because if you can change your state mentally, well, you can unlock a lot of power, and that's what he's showing you. And so he talks about, walking on fire, and we get up there, and the first time that I walked through and on the coals, and you're changing your state the whole way through. By the way, the whole time you're going from the room to where all the fire is, everyone in the crowd is chanting yes, yes, yes. Why is that powerful? Because you're telling yourself subconsciously and consciously, yes, I'm doing this, yes, I'm doing it. It's powerful. And then you get up there and he walked you through a sequence. Before you would go to walk, you would change your state, look straight forward, not down, but straight forward, and if anything, a little bit up, because that's when you're at your peak state. And you walk straight forward, man. And I walk through, and it's like I don't even feel him, the coals. It was like, well, shit, that was crazy. But then I see Edwin, we're all through, and I see Edwin, he's our director of finance. He's still like hanging back, and I was like, oh shit, is Edwin nervous? Is he like not sure if he's gonna go? So I run all the way back around to be like, dude, it's nice to go through with people. So I run all the way back around. I'm like, Edwin, man, hey, let's do this, right? And we go through together. Well, Edwin goes through first in front of me, and then it's my turn. But right before I go, they put new fresh coals on. So I'm seeing them put these new fresh red hot coals, and immediately I'm like, shit. And it got me.
Sure.
It got me.
Yeah.
So I posted a video on social, and that video that was posted on social was the second time I went through. And you'll see me like, I'm trying to think of when they I don't think that they see the first beginning part when I'm putting myself in state, but
yeah, I don't think I saw that part.
But you see the whole time I'm walking, I'm doing this.
Yeah.
Right? That's keep myself in state, and I'm chanting things as I'm walking through, and it's keeping me in state because I really had to build myself back up because I'm not gonna lie, dude, the red hot coals tripped me the fuck out.
Yeah, it scared you.
It did. It really did. Yeah. But walking through, and I get through the other side, and then you celebrate on the other side. Because that's another thing he said. Some people will get all the way through, and then they get through, and then they bring their state back down, and then all of a sudden they'll feel like maybe there's a coal stuck to them, and now they feel it. They didn't feel it before because they're a peak state, but by the time they get through, now a coal stuck to them, and now they felt it because they brought their state down. So he trained you. You get through it, and then when you get to the end, you celebrate. So you'll see me freaking raise my hand in the air, celebrate. It's because they're like spraying my feet off, that I have coals on my feet. They're spraying them off, and they want me to stay in peak state. So as they're doing that, so I don't feel them. And I didn't feel it, dude.
It's crazy.
It's powerful, huh?
Yeah, super.
It's crazy,
powerful.
man.
Super powerful, dude. It's just so incredible, really. It's like those cool experiences that you got to have, where your mindset, you got to see it.
Yeah.
Happen right in front of you, dude. That's amazing. It's amazing. Ty, I know you already kind of broke down some of your big takeaways from the weekend. Is there any other big takeaways that you maybe wanted to share from that weekend?
Clarity. Just that clarity is power. Clarity is power.
Agree.
And I feel like I've been pretty clear in the direction I want to go. But as you climb, as you grow, and sometimes that clarity becomes fuzzy. Always, you have to continue to dial in the direction.
Yeah.
And an event like this forces you to do that, because here's what you're going to do. You're going to share it. You have to share. So if you can't speak about where you're going and what you're doing and why you're doing it with clarity, it's going to be even more uncomfortable for you. And so it forces you to get pretty clear, and they give you the time to do that. But just how powerful clarity is. And he went through this ultimate success formula. And it was things that we talk about all the time. But it was, number one, it was know your outcome, right? Like, know your outcome. And he talks about whatever the mind looks at, it finds. And so what are you looking at? Are you looking at the direction you're looking to go? Or are you looking at all these distractors? Are you looking at all these things that really are uncontrollables you should not be focusing on, but you're focusing on the direction you want to go? It's powerful. And keeping your mind in that direction. And then number two is he talks about knowing your why. This was huge for me. This is probably one of the biggest unlocks that I have, because I know my why. But what he talked about is, he said, you need to have a why for every aspect that you're moving towards. Why are you, what's the why behind what you're working on physically? What's the why behind what you're working on relationship-wise? What's the why behind what you're working on business-wise? What's the why behind what you're looking at financially? And truly tie that in. And I'll be honest with you, I had never really done it like that, like truly clear on the why behind the why. And, one of the things he said, when your why is strong enough, it pulls you to the future. And that was just a good visual for me. Because if your why isn't strong enough and you're wondering, why am I doing this? Why am I going through the struggle? If you don't know that, it's very easy to not put full force into it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'll
give you an example. The event, I told you I'm all in.
Mm-hmm.
What was my why for the event? To make sure that my team had an amazing event, and to make sure that my team saw me going all in so that they would be comfortable enough going all in. That was my why.
Yeah.
And so if I don't do that, then they may not feel comfortable enough to do that. So of course I'm going to go all in.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it was fun to see them do the same thing.
That's awesome.
And then number 3 was take massive action. And that's huge. Massive action, massive effective action. And obviously your why and knowing the direction helps with that. And then number 4 was, you have to track, essentially. You have to track what you're doing. And this was a big one for me, because in fact, the example that he gave, he said they had just been to Hawaii. And so he said, if you flew from here to Hawaii, that plane knows the destination, but it's tracking its progress the whole way through. Because if you get a little bit off course, like literally 1 degree off course, and this is a big thing. If you get 1 degree off course, well, you're not even going to land anywhere. It's 1 degree, but 1 degree over a period of time lands you in a completely different area than your destination.
Absolutely does.
So, but this is the takeaway for me. Most people think that they need to make these huge shifts to be able to reach their success point. In reality, you don't. You need to make a little 1 to 2 degree shift, and that different 1 to 2 degree shift will, over time, will get you to where you're looking to go. Uh-huh. People don't take action because they feel like the actions they need to take are massive. In reality, it's a little shift over time consistently that will get you a massively different result.
Yeah, that's
right?
so good.
But to track it, you have to track the whole way through of what you're getting, what you're doing, where's it taking you to. And then as you're tracking it, if you're not getting the result that you're looking for, number 5, change your approach.
Got to.
Change your approach. Mm-hmm. Like, is what you're doing getting you to where you're looking to go? If not, shift, change, pivot the whole way through, dude.
Right.
That's why tracking is powerful. Not just on a year basis, not just on a quarterly basis, not just on a monthly basis, not just on a weekly basis, daily basis, fucking hourly basis.
Yeah.
Are these things getting me where I'm looking to go?
Yeah.
Or did you get distracted? And if so,
Get back on track.
that's it.
Yeah, exactly. Dude, I love that. I love that comparison with the airplane. A lot of times you get one angle off, right? You end up in the middle of the sea trying to fly to Hawaii. It's very, very similar to our path in life and as we grow. But a lot of times, I love how you said it's not these massive shifts that we have to make. A lot of times, when that plane took off, it knew where it was going.
Yep.
When the plane took off, it knew the coordinates that it needed to go to. A lot of times it's getting back to that path. A lot of times we get distracted. And like to pull in what you were talking about before too, the higher you climb, the foggier it gets a little bit.
Yeah.
The foggier it gets. So it's staying back, it's staying true to that course, staying true to your why, staying true to the course.
To the course.
Getting to Hawaii, getting to whatever that that destination was, and then looking back at your path, see if you could have done it different.
That's it.
Yeah. No, dude, so good. So good. Ty.
Along those lines,
Yeah.
though, man, seeing people and talking to them at the event, and I mentioned this, but they would do the activity, but they really wouldn't go all in with the activity. And I see that same thing happen with our student base. I see the same thing happen where they'll go through the motions, but they don't really do the things that we're telling them to do.
Yeah.
They're not all in with it. It's like, well, shit, no wonder you're not getting the result. It's because, well, I'm doing it. Yeah. You're going through the motions, but you're not truly
not all
doing
in.
it.
Yeah, right,
Yeah.
right.
You're not truly doing it. Like, the devil is in the details. So is all the gold. It's in the details. It's not in the, hey, write your goal down. No, it's all those things all those things underneath that they talk about, the whys and the clarity and the specificity and how you talk about it and how you speak about it and how often you speak about it. That's where the gold is. Mm-hmm. We had a lot of our students who were there.
Yeah.
A number of them. That was so fun, by the way.
Yeah, that's cool.
So fun to see them all.
Yeah.
And I would share with them. And what was crazy, you want me to share?
Yeah, I love it.
Let me pull it up real quick. Because they would ask, or I would ask them. And, it was crazy to see how some of them knew and actually went through the exercise, and some of them didn't really go through the exercise the way that, they should have went.
Yeah.
But one of them is an example, and pull it up here real quick, was okay. This is I'll just go through the first exercise that we went through. They asked the question, what does an extraordinary life look like? And I put, my answer was, and once again, I don't know that I'm going to share these. I'm just speaking to myself. And then we pair off, and I pair off with Edwin and Mike. These are the first people that I paired off with, it was the three of us. And now I'm realizing I have to share them. I'm like, oh shit, man. Like, because I think that for me, maybe I'm the only one, I doubt it. When you're in a leadership role or any role leadership isn't a position. Leadership is a state of mind. Leadership is a decision. Leadership is the way you live your life. And when you lead, sometimes you're nervous to show other people vulnerability because maybe that will impact them in a negative way. And maybe that's a story I just tell myself and it's just me. I doubt it though. I think lots of people probably feel that way.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, fuck.
When that's indeed not the truth whatsoever.
No.
The
it's
more
not.
authentic, the more vulnerable you can be as a leader, the better, the easier, and the more connected leadership you can have for sure.
Totally.
Yeah.
I agree with that. Yeah. So I just share. Okay, so this is what it said.
Yeah.
So what does an extraordinary life look like? Massive amounts of clarity, direction, and positive momentum in the most important aspects of my life. Family, business, and impact. What does success really look like for MFM and MFCP? And then it also says, I act with confidence. I live with unapologetic joy. We created solutions to help others create that joy and confidence in their lives as well. I empower others, and therefore I become empowered. I would be making a way bigger impact than I currently am. And now this is the other part, okay, the other two questions. What's preventing me from making it happen? And I put indecision, doubt, passivity, distraction. And I put, I think this uncertainty comes from others, but it doesn't. Like the story I tell myself sometimes is that it comes from others, but it doesn't. It comes because I'm not doing the little things in my life like I should. For example, I talk about going all in. Mm-hmm. And like a morning routine is an example. Well, I've been doing my morning routine, but I haven't really been doing, like sometimes maybe I'll go through, sometimes I'll do the whole morning routine, but I don't do it like the way that I know I should do it.
You're not consciously doing it.
Yeah, I'm just going through the motions.
Yeah, you're just doing it.
Or there's sometimes where maybe I'll do all the other things, but maybe I'll skip meditation or I'll skip a part of the journal, right? I'm not all in on it. That's the little things in my life. And I'm telling you, anytime my life seems out of control or off track or not getting the traction I want to, whatever, it always comes back to the little things. But I want you to think about those things: indecision, doubt, passivity, distraction. Very few people would look at me and be like, oh yeah, that dude is indecisive. That dude has doubt. Very few people.
Yeah.
But as I asked all these different people that I'm talking to, those themes were very common. And they're like, well, hold on, really? I'm like, yes. But okay, so then the other one, what needs to shift? What actions can I take to change it? And that's what I love. It's not just, what do you want? No, they go deeper. What do you want? What's stopping you? And then what shifts, what do you need to shift? What actions can I take? Define what I really want and go after it with unapologetic energy and passion. I will be worthy when I choose to live worthy. I will be capable when I believe I can be. Instead of focusing on me, which makes me feel small, I turn my focus to others, which makes both of us stronger. That's it. And we did multiple of these activities throughout. And you don't know what's going to come out of you in that moment as you're typing it up or writing it down, whatever you're doing.
Especially when you don't think you're going to share it to anybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're just
pouring your soul out.
talking to myself, man, and being real with myself. And so one of my biggest takeaways is more of that.
Yeah.
More of that.
Yeah.
Asking yourself those questions and truly just like taking the time to answer them. But do you know why that stuff came out? It's because I was in a peak state. I'm able to answer it in a peak state, which means, man, peak results, which is beautiful.
Yeah, dude, that's so awesome. Tyler, thank you, dude, for breaking down all this and sharing that, especially that last little stuff, man. It's so powerful to take the time to ask ourselves those hard questions. Not even necessarily hard questions, but answer those questions that really tap into us and our like true authentic self, that helps us be our true authentic self and our best self. So Ty, thank you so much for sharing just all this goodness and knowledge.
Can I share one more?
Yes, absolutely.
Before we wrap,
you can share 5 more if you want.
I didn't even think about this, but as I'm hearing you say it, one of the activities was it's like you identified limiting beliefs, right? Things that you tell yourself, like I'm not worthy, I'm not, smart, I'm whatever the hell the limiting belief is. And then you have to switch it and shift it and replace it with a positive thing, right? And I actually really struggled with it, man. I really struggled with this I am statement that I wanted to say. And I do affirmations, I do all this stuff, but like, what is this thing, And and then everyone's yelling it out, and the music's up really loud, everyone's yelling it out, so you
can't really hear what anybody's yelling.
No, but in my mind, like I'm standing right behind my leadership team, so I can't hear what they're saying, but I'm like, well, they're in front of me, they'll probably hear what I'm saying, but I ain't saying shit for most of the activity because I don't know what I want to say. And I didn't feel like I locked it into the activity. So I'm like trying some things out quietly. And then I was like, man, what do I really want? Like, man, I mean, dude, I want to be the best speaker in the fucking world because I want to make an impact, dude. Yeah. And what do I love doing? Well, making an impact and speaking. And like, I love it, dude. Like, I love it. And I believe that I am uniquely qualified to do those kind of things. Like it's a talent that I have. I know it. Yeah. And so I'm finally like, I just like get comfortable enough. This is why I'm very grateful that they gave you enough time to work through it. Some people that maybe already knew what their I am statement was in the very beginning, maybe they're like, oh shit, man, this is like, can we move on to that? But I was really struggling to work through it. And I finally like yell out, dude, I was like, I'm the greatest speaker in the world, I'm the greatest speaker in the world. And it was powerful. And then I was like, well, dude, if I'm the greatest speaker in the world, so there's 11,000 people in here. Tony's an idol of mine, dude. Like, I watch him. I could do a whole episode, dude, on just things that I learned from him. The biggest thing is that dude has a heart of love. He loves people. True. It is evident, man. Yeah. But I'm like, if I'm the greatest speaker in the world, then this is my group. This is my room. And I want to visualize it as my room. I'm big on visualization. And so we're in the front section, but dude, there's 11,000 people in the room. And I'm right on a part where there's an aisle. So I'm the last row of the first section. And I'm standing in the aisle. I'm like, oh, I'm going to turn around. and I'm going to pretend like I'm going to visualize like this is my room and I'm speaking because I want to internalize it. So I turn around. Now, understand, everyone's facing me. Yelling, but I'm facing them.
Yeah.
And at first, it's very uncomfortable. But I'm yelling, I'm the greatest speaker in the world. And they're yelling whatever the hell they're yelling, you know? And whether they are looking at me or not, I don't know. I don't really care now. Yeah. Like I did in the very beginning when I turned. But I'm like, no, dude, I just want to internalize it. And this is super powerful for me. Because as I'm doing that, all of a sudden I have a guy come up to me, walk straight up to me. And he says, bro, I just saw you turn around and I saw you. It's like, I just spending the money to be here to see you and meet you is worth this. And he's telling me this, dude. I want you to understand what I'm trying to visualize. Yeah. I'm trying to visualize that this is my room, that I'm speaking to this huge freaking amount of people that I've never spoken to this amount of people in my freaking life, but I want to visualize it. I want to make it seem real to me.
Yeah.
And when you're speaking at your own, he makes it feel like it's my event. And it's one of our students that had just been to our event, just signed up for mentorship that I hadn't met. And he starts telling me these things, bro, and tears. Like, it was awesome. Powerful, dude. Because it was this powerful thing of like, yeah, you're worthy. Yes, you can. And this is the validation from God to remind you that you can.
Yeah, man.
It was awesome.
That's awesome, dude. So, bro, thank you for sharing. Do you have any more of those that you want to share? Because I can sit here all day and listen to those, dude.
You see me get teary-eyed talking about it.
No, dude, it's powerful.
Lots of those unlocks, dude.
That's incredible.
But that's the only one I'll share now.
No, dude, I'm going to pull some more out of you later, dude. I got to keep learning from you, dude. That's awesome, man. That's awesome. Thank you so much for sharing that. And if anybody is thinking about going to unleash the power within, I think you've got your mind up. You got your mind made up now for sure. If it's made just as big of impact on Tyler, and as it did on me in the virtual one, then you should definitely go to it. It's a fantastic event for sure.
If you make it.
Yeah.
If you make it. Like if you make it fantastic.
Yeah.
I see people leaving and coming and going and leaving and coming and going, and I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Like during times where it's like, where are you going? Or I would have to go to the bathroom, and I'd like literally, if I have to go to the bathroom, I'm like running there, come back, and I would see people just chilling outside, and I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, what's going on?
Crazy to me, dude.
Take it serious.
So take it serious, yeah.
Yeah, awesome. Ty, do we have a Hawaiian value? Anything off the top?
Shit, I didn't even think about that, bro.
The one that I think of off the top, we've used it a couple of times, but I think it's perfect for today, is kuleana.
Okay.
To have the responsibility for oneself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? To have the responsibility to continue to grow. And this is just one iteration of the word, right? The kuleana can mean multiple things, but to have that responsibility to grow, to put yourself in these types of situations to grow and take true responsibility for those things.
Yeah.
To grow yourself. It's an impactful thing. It's an important thing to do.
Totally.
Because if you can't do that, one of those things you say all the time, you can't really lead anything.
That's it.
Lead yourself,
if you can't lead yourself, you can't lead anything.
Yeah.
I love that, man. Take responsibility, own the outcome of whatever it is you're trying to get.
Yeah.
And only you can control that.
Yep.
Right? I love it, man. It's a perfect one for this because events are beautiful. Events are powerful. Events can be absolutely life-changing if you have kuleana. Take the responsibility to make sure that that's what you gain from there.
Yeah.
And I will tell you that was an amazing thing to see the team and to chat with the team afterwards. Like we went and like just like at the end of the last day, we chatted the whole way through, but end of the last day to just see everyone's biggest unlocks. And it was like the team took it very seriously, man.
That's awesome.
And it's huge.
Yeah.
It can be life-changing if you allow it to be.
Yeah.
So love it.
All right, Ty. Appreciate you, man. Another great episode.
Y'all, thanks so much. Hope you found some value from this, and I hope you have some takeaways, some actionables that you can take into whatever next event you go to. And if you're looking for an event to go to that will also be powerful and life-changing, Peak Partnership is that event, man. No question that we'll be implementing some of the things that I've learned from Tony in those events. Another cool thing is I actually signed up for Tony's Platinum partnership. Did I tell you that?
No, I didn't know that. Yeah, that's awesome, dude.
So you think our mentorship's spendy? Wait till you see that shit. Yeah, it's way more spendy. But what's cool is I'm doing a couple more events before Peak, and I know one of the events that I'm doing in February. It was the selling point for me to sign up for Peak Partner or for his Platinum partnership, because I know the things that I'll learn there are things that I can carry down into our organization and into our student base. Will have a massive, massive, massive impact, which I'm very excited to share those things. So anyway, continue to learn, continue to grow, continue to share, and live always with aloha. Peace.
Multifamily Mindset.
Podcast. Think